Electoral Commission began the decentralization of ongoing distribution of permanent voter cards to ward levels. The initiative is to enhance easier access for the electorate to pick their cards. The previous method was perceived as ineffective and calls for the decentralization and extension of the time for the collection of PVC has been largely canvassed. It's barely 24 hours after the commencement of the initiative. However, Nigerians seem optimistic with the proper and effective monitoring strategies. The voter population in 2023 may double the previous elections. On Saturday Discourse, our guests will look at these and other issues. But first, today's news. I am Tessie Omeri. Thank you for joining us. We begin with issues of safety on the highway. Road safety rules and regulations are made clearer by traffic signs which keep drivers safe. In the absence of signage, untrained drivers will be free to do whatever they want, putting themselves and other drivers and, of course, pedestrians at risk. Mariam George Jutubo takes a look at FCT road devoid of road signage and reflectors at night.
Road signs are drawings or graphics on board, slate, iron plate erected on strategic locations of highways. These drawings have different connotations to guide motorists on how to use the road safely. It also helps to warn road users and drivers of impending danger on the road. Innovations like the reflective road signage, such as the reflective sheeting versus regular non-reflective sheeting, increases the visibility of signs at all times, particularly at night, saving more lives. The benefit of complained high-performing reflective sheeting for traffic signs cannot be overrated. These, however, seem to be lacking on most roads in the nation's capital, sometimes resulting in avoidable accidents.
From my own experience within the capital city, I think we hardly have enough reflective road signs. Most of the places that I've been to, they don't hardly use reflective road signs. And I think we actually need something like that, considering the fact that we don't have much of the street lights. And then it's to avoid road accidents and other misconceptions along the road.
They are not enough, because most of the accidents in Abuja are being caused by not having them enough. If you can look at the zebra lines here across to us, you can see they are all fenced. They are not clear. They also help a lot, so I think they should add more and more directions for people to have a clear way.
Experts say the primary purpose of traffic signs is to help prevent accidents and protect people on the road. It is therefore critical that they be prominently displayed and placed in such a way that it commands attention of road users, giving them enough time to respond to the command on each sign. These include speed limits to directions on where and when to turn. Traffic signs provide a wealth of information.
Our duty as the Federal Road Safety Corps is to bring the attention of the relevant agencies of government, including the FCTA, where these road signs are not available. And we have been doing that from time to time. We have what we call road audit that is done on a monthly basis, and the information on whether these things are faded or they are not available at all is forwarded to relevant government agencies for them to take action. Now, as to whether these information are adequate enough or not, now we still need areas in the FCT that we still need additional information or road signs.
Some of the roads, you will see that it doesn't have the full paraphernalia of the road signages. But as soon as they are completed, all these road signages will accompany them in full, and they will have all these reflectors, because the materials that are used to construct these road signages come in with all the characteristics of reflecting. They have lumens that reflect light. So I think that is the main thing. But our critical challenge is scavengers that steal some of this expensive road furniture, road equipment that we are having on the roads.
Research reveals that the most obvious benefit of reflective road safety signboards, especially at night, is driver safety. The roads will be chaotic and dangerous without them. Drivers will have no idea when to stop, yield, or travel at what speed, and will be unaware of impending difficulties or dangers. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
Thanks, Mariam. Road safety is key. Now to community development. It is now free flow of movement on the previously impassable road at Biajima Cross, Kubwa, linking commuters to other parts of the town. Deborah Gazaji reports that what began as a community self-help effort by women of Biajima Cross has been taken to another level.
Due to the condition of the roads leading to Biajima Cross in the past, the leadership of able women Biajima Cross says the intervention of the rehabilitation work on the road was deliberate to alleviate the sufferings of the people.
Through community efforts, which started with 19 members of the community, the women began filling the potholes, and today they have achieved a motorable road with the support of the FCT Senator Philip Aduda.
Where the road is not even motorable, it's killing people. The pregnant women are losing baby. You cannot even like to go out. So we able women, some women are putting themselves together and they came in. It's even people are naming us as able women. We don't even have name. So we came out, we start from Dako room, from Biaji. From there, we see that people are supporting, they are supporting. So that is how we can carry it from Dako room to Biaji police station junction. And we have to come back to come and do this valley.
The women are commended for the vision and determination to alleviate the people's plight.
In fact, it's very great. We thank the members, family, friends that are living in Biajia Cross. They have done well because it's not easy to achieve this kind of a road. It has been a problem for all of us living here.
Contribute every day 50 naira per keke, 50 naira from bike, 100 naira. Any amount you have, you can drop so that we can get better road. That is what we do every day by day. But now I'm very, very happy about to see this road being like this.
Inside sun, we are there. We leave our children, leave our husband, come and do this road.
Road construction, which presently stopped at the Deeper Life Junction, is to be extended to Peze community in Kubwa. From Biajia Cross in Kubwa, Deborah Gazaji, NTA News.
Many thanks, Deborah. Quite commendable efforts there by the women. Now let's talk health. As no human is immune to health challenges, it is expected that the health care centers, if provided, be made close to the people. Charity Zaka looks at how residents of Dobi community are faring in accessing their primary health care centers.
Dobi community in Gwagwalada Area Council of the FCT is predominantly occupied by the Gwaris, whose occupation is mostly farming. Healthcare provision for the natives is obtained through the Primary Healthcare Center, an affiliate of the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, among other privately run facilities in the community. The community's healthcare is serviced by a 15-bed capacity health center, which delivers antenatal services and delivery of expectant mothers and their babies, among others. Though functional, the facility is not without challenges.
We have a hospital here. The problem with the hospital is too far for us. So we need one go. If you come bring hospital here, you go better now. See chief house, see hospital. The person there here, if you have problem for hospital now, we go carry and go that place.
Although residents are appreciative of government's effort to expand healthcare services to rural communities, but they insist that a lot needs to be done for this to gain attraction.
My wife go there for deliver baby boy. I went there more than 5 minutes. I look for doctor. I didn't see anybody. I call, sale. So we need more doctor to come and stay there to take care of our people and our children.
The established security concerns and inhibitions to adequate health care services can be surmountable if the community, government and other relevant partners work together towards closing the gaps.
By design, people will see it as if it is not far from them, but by design, it is projected for future development of the community. We don't expect the community to remain stagnant, Dobi is actually expected to be a highly growing population. So in the next 1 or 2 years or a few years, I believe that the development will have passed that facility. But the issue of people not being available at night, I'm sure Dobi is one of the security compromised community, and probably that precaution is being taken because of that. Health workers, except if they are highly protected, they have this fear of hanging around the middle of the night. Virtually all our primary care facilities have a link with the secondary health facility in case. And the staff are also trained to identify at-risk groups. For example, a pregnant woman that is in labor, once she gets there, they screen her. If she cannot deliver in that facility, immediately she's referred. Because there are certain factors that actually disqualify a woman to even be exposed to the risk of delivery. One of them is high risk of height.
To a large extent, the posting of co-members to interior communities such as Dobi is expected to help support the deficiency of medical personnel and other health officials to the community. In Abuja, Charity Zakka, NTA News.
Away from communities, programming experts believe has become one of the most important skills in today's modern world, as it facilitates better interaction between humans and computers. In this special report, Toibat Anifowoshi examines the significance and challenges of the profession through the lens of a young programmer.
More than half of the world's population now depend on various applications to carry out their day-to-day activities. These software are often designed by programmers who give specific instructions to the computer, known as codes. Peter Obichina has been writing codes since 2017 and has an inventory management application to his credit. He says programming helps to build applications that makes life easier.
I think in every part of our life you can see the impact of programming. For example, you open your website to go to google.com, that is a code that you are accessing. You want to order something online, you are accessing code. So basically, every part of our living, every part of our being is influenced by codes and programs that are written by other people.
For Peter, the field of programming is, however, not without its challenges.
The stakeholders, if they can encourage people to move towards programming, if they can encourage people to learn how to code so that we can have more indigenous programmers, it would be much better if we can get foreign investors, government, and all these other big stakeholders to come and invest in our local startups so that we can build products that really matter.
Procuring investment into programming startup ecosystem is crucial for someone like Peter. This is why the Special Assistant to the Vice President on Innovation, Ife Adebayo, is advising tech-savvy Nigerians to key into the opportunities already provided by the government.
There are available avenues in which people can be engaged and supported if they come up with things that are viable. There's a CBN Creative Sector Fund, there's a tech fund of the Bank of Industry, and I know NITSDA also has, through the Office of ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship, also have a couple of programs that support such initiatives.
World Programmers Day is a global observance day to celebrate individuals who earn a living by making life easier for people developing applications. In Abuja, Toiba Anifoshi, NTA News.
We now go on a short break. Saturday Discourse continues in just a moment.
The immediate cause of the latest queues in Abuja remains unknown.
Conceived with the intent to ease the flow of traffic in the nation's capital.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC.
How much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation. You have to strike a balance to have a future that you don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills really is fear.
In Abuja,
NTA News.
Thank you for staying with us. I'm now being joined in the studio to discuss PVC's collection. Our guest is Moses Naya, the HOD INEC FCT. You're welcome to Saturday Discourse.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, before we dwell on our discussion this evening, our correspondent was at some areas in Amak to get feelers for how people are collecting the PVC, so probably we'll hear from her. Like she said, some registered voters in the FCT have lauded the initiative of INEC, making it a smooth process for the collection of their permanent voter cards. Sandra Keme visited some of the collection centers at the ward level in Amak. Reports that security personnel were also on ground to ensure orderliness of the process.
As part of measures to ensuring a smooth collection of permanent voter cards, PVCs, by registered voters, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, transferred the collection of the cards to the ward level. A visit to some of the council wards to ascertain the level of turnout registrants collecting their PVCs, expressing satisfaction with the initiative.
It was really nice and is very easy to collect, unlike the previous ones that we need to go queue, and at the end of the day you won't even see nor receive.
Less than 20 minutes and I was able to get mine. So to decongest the crowd, I think it's a great idea.
I tried collecting at Area 10 in Amak. It was, huger crowd. It was difficult to really coordinate. So I'm hoping with it being decentralized and brought closer to the people, it will be a lot easier. So walking in here, I walked in here maybe 5 minutes ago. They have already taken my slip. I hope to get the card soon.
INEC coordinators at the various wards visited say the turnout is encouraging due to the number of PVCs distributed so far.
We are on and people are collecting their PVCs. We have everything in place. For now, no complaints.
Exercise. We have more than 6,000 PVCs now available from city center to Abachabara, all collected here.
For now, the PVCs were only available for collection at the Commission's local government offices across the Federation. In Abuja, Sandra Akeme, NTA News.
Thank you, Sandra, for that background report to usher in our discussion with our guest, Moses Naya, the HOD INEC here in FCT. Once again, you're welcome to Saturday Discourse. Now, the expectation of Nigerians is that the rush for PVCs may thin out with the initiative of, decentralizing PVC distribution to what levels. So now, are we likely to see less number of people at various wards? Or what do you envisage?
I envisage that people are going to come out in numbers to come and pick up their PVCs. Now that they know that the PVCs are being brought to their doorstep. The goal of INEC or FCT is to ensure that people can easily pick up their PVCs closer to their state of residence than anywhere else.
Now, collection of PVCs have always been a major challenge, like you have said, is now brought closer to them, and an obstacle to improve electoral system in Nigeria. How can the country move ahead, talking about, to make this tax standard and at par with international, practice?
Well, that's a very good question. What we should do is actually make PVC collection part of our everyday activities in every year, not just election year. So you can just go when you're 18, you go in there, you register, and then we will just produce your PVCs for you right away. We are working on technologies. We're very close. So I think that from now on, you will see people come out and pick up their PVCs.
Okay, we can probably something like just like they do with the NIN.
Yeah,
when
just
you
like
turn
you do with
18,
the
you
NIN,
just go and then it must not be during elections.
No.
Okay, many have expressed concerns of what they term as delayed production of PVCs. When they say delayed, in the sense that you just go into a bank and then you get your ATM within a few hours or sometimes immediately. Can't we achieve that with PVCs? Why the delay?
In time, because the difference is I guess the data you get from just doing your bank, going to bank and you can get your card, and what we need
It's more detailed.
It's more detailed.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah, it's more detailed than that.
Okay.
And then the more we get to technology to make it easier, I'm pretty sure it will come to a point where you can walk into any INEC office and get your card directly.
Okay, talking about the time frame allotted for the collection of this PVC, do you envisage that the time will be enough for everyone to collect their PVCs?
Yes, I think that if with the plan that we have right now, in an FCT we have about 62 wards, and now there are automatically places where you can collect your PVCs. And additionally, with the help of our NGOs like Yega Africa, we have also opened up some other wards, some other collection places, additional PVC collection centers that will ensure that people can now move freely and collect their cards.
Okay.
And based on that, we're looking at what is the first thing everybody's going to ask you. Okay, where do I collect my card? And everybody, trying to go from one place to another. No, and you can actually call a number.
Okay.
There's a number you can call.
Okay.
0906. Actually, you can send a text to that number with your state, a name of local government. The number is 09062 830 860 or 09062 830 861.
Okay, for the sake of our emphasis, let me call out the numbers again. 0906 2830 860, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for those that want to make any inquiries and all
once
that.
you call the number, they will tell you exactly where to pick
So talking about time frame and all that, some Nigerians have said INEC should, shouldn't have any closing date for the distribution of this card, that it should just be like a continuous process. What's your reaction on that?
I think that, well, a lot of people would say that because they don't know the INEC process.
Okay.
So there has to be a time when you can stop collecting the cards. Yeah, there has to be. I think at the minimum, I think it's about 24 hours before the election, they stop picking up the card.
Okay. So now let's hear from you. What's your advice to Nigerians who intend to collect their PVC and what you have seen so far?
Yes. My suggestion is, first of all, before you leave your house, call this number to get where your card is.
Okay.
So once you know that, you know the collection center, then you can go over there and ask for your card.
Okay.
There are things that you might get there, they might say, well, your card is not here or whatever. What you will do is leave your name over there, and they will collect your name, and then they will
reach out
they will reach out through the help desk. They will reach out back to the headquarters and say, where do we need to, we can escalate this right away so that you can be able to get your card before the elections.
Okay. So talking about proper sensitization and enlightenment, I know that INEC is always doing that, especially critical periods like this. I know the first day when you talked about collection, people trooped into the INEC office in large numbers, and I can see that the decentralization issue, is kind of solved now, this issue. Is there proper enlightenment for people to actually go to where they're supposed to go to, so that you not be going to the wrong place, and then wasting time and all that?
Yeah, we have billboards out there that tells you where to go. We make sure all the collection centers have the billboards that tell you that, and they can also go on INEC website where you can take a look. At the same time, they can call this number.
This number is so critical.
It's so critical.
So because of that, I'm going to call it out again. 09062 830 860. You can call the second number. I know you have two numbers there.
09062 830 861.
Yeah.
Just send it SMS to that number, and you'll get a reply.
Okay. We thank you so much, Girls Moses Naya, HOD INEC FCT, for sharing your time with us and for enlightening us this critical time of the year where people are expecting so much. Maybe finally your final thoughts for us this evening.
Well, I will encourage everybody to go out there and try and get their cards on time and prepare for the elections.
Okay. And that's it on this segment. Up next is sports. To stay. And on our sports tonight,
just ahead of Megan Tapper.
The year 2022 is undoubtedly a memorable year for the Nigerian sporting scene. In the many sporting events the country participated in, it was packed with lots of challenges for Nigerian athletes. Competitions were won, champions emerged, records got broken, and new ones were also set, but it didn't go without its losses. On the bright side of the year, Nigerian athletics rose to an all-time high this season following the outstanding performances produced by the athletes at major championships around the world, which were dominated, where huge statements were made by Nigerian athletes. Track and field athlete Tobi Amosun, who is now the current world, Commonwealth and African champion in the 100 meters hurdles, set a world record of 12.12 seconds in the semi-finals, followed by the wind-assisted 12.6 seconds in the finals, as she was the best among other outstanding athletes. In the year 2022, Tobi Amosun capped 7 medals. The year also saw the election of the new Nigerian Football Federation board members, with Ibrahim Gusau as the president, which ushered in new hope for football in the country after a series of losses for the national team, notably the matches played with the Black Stars of Ghana, which denied Nigeria and the Super Eagles a slot in the just concluded 2022 Qatar FIFA World Cup. The year will also be remembered for the milestones where President Muhammadu Buhari launched a football development master plan for the country.
The master plan will encapsulate functional strategies that will outlast this current administration, will set firmly in place the Nigerian football on a path of sustainable growth and development, and this, Mr. President, will be a legacy, and we thank you for your vision.
This government of its development, Nigeria now expect results.
Nigeria's under-17 female team, the Flamingos, were impressive as they surpassed previous records to win bronze at the FIFA Women Under-17 World Cup in India. The leadership tussle in the Nigerian Basketball Federation during the year under review negatively affected national basketball teams as they were withdrawn from playing for a little while. To enable the ministry reposition the game and also concentrate efforts by governments towards revamping the sport from the grassroots as well as domestic leagues. This led to the setting up of an interim management committee which existed for a little while before the country club has played host to competitive events which has seen new young golf champions emerge. Stakeholders and indeed sports-loving Nigerians are also looking forward to better days ahead for the Nigerian sporting sector in the new year. Wayne Gugu, NTA News.
Thank you, Wayne, for that review, and that concludes Saturday Discourse. We thank you for your time. See you next week for another package. Bye for now.